Well, hello and welcome to this special feature for PECO TV. Today we're bringing you some exciting news about a new range launch, bringing back a scale that was once thought lost to the hobby here in the UK. Stay tuned and find out more. So we're very pleased to announce the launch of TT scale back to the UK market after a long absence. But what is TT, you may ask? Well, TT stands for tabletop. Back in the 1940s, the scale was introduced with the idea that it would be perfect for building a layout on top of the dining table in the dining room at home. Clearly the hobby's moved on a long way since then, but it's still a very nice scale and one that's missed by many people who remember it. So what is it about? Well, first of all, the scale is 1 to 120. That represents 1 inch for every 10 feet. It uses track with a 12mm gauge. And it's a very nice scale that fits neatly between N and 00. TT scale originated in the USA in 1945. And during the 1950s it spread across to the UK and Europe. Indeed, PECO supported the scale with track kits and wagon kits. Some of the older viewers may even remember those. But as the 1960s approached, N scale kind of arrived on the scene and TT was put to one side and forgotten by many modelers. Bringing back TT scale for the 21st century is the perfect time, and it allows us to address all the compromises that might have existed in the past. The locomotives, the wagons, the coaches, the building kits, and of course the track, they'll all be of the same scale. No compromises, true to gauge throughout, really prototypical. Okay, so now I've explained what TT is. Let's go and find out what PECO are up to. I'm going to take you to the factory and see what's in production now. Okay, first things first. I'm outside here at the mould shop, and inside the PECO Streamline TT scale flexible track is coming off the mould machines. Let's go in and have a look now. So here we are in the mould shop, and here are the first lengths of the flexible track coming off the machine. In the standard 3-foot lengths, or 914mm, it's insert moulded with code 55 rail. Take note of the very fine sleeper detail and the very detailed rail fixing. A good way to show where TT fits is to look at this view here, with N scale track and 00 scale track sitting either side of the TT scale track. PECO Streamline medium radius turnouts will be the first turnouts to be offered. Produced to NEM standards and featuring an 11.25 degree exit, these new unifrog turnouts feature the now familiar separate frog tip. Note how the frog tip has a wire welded to the underside. This means that as supplied you can operate it like an insole frog, but if you power the frog using this wire connected to a changeover switch or a micro switch, it'll operate in a similar way to the electrofrog turnout. Looking at the toe of the turnout, we've used the now familiar and very popular over-centre spring arrangement, but also look at the tighter gap between the point blade and the stock rail. Now that we're going to be using much finer wheel standards, we can now close this gap for a more prototypical look. Coincidentally, this turnout is very close to the BR B6 size. So here are the left-hand and right-hand medium radius turnouts with their corresponding tools. They'll be going to production right now, and soon after there'll be other turnouts in other sizes to look forward to. Okay, taking a look at the building kits that we're going to be offering, there's going to be a selection of 3 to start with. All laser cut wood, their station building, signal box and goods shed are inspired by Great Western Railway designs. Some of these will be familiar. The station building is based on an existing structure still standing at West Bay in Dorset. The signal box will be familiar to a lot of people, I'm sure, being the Highley signal box on the Severn Valley Railway. The goods shed is another Great Western style structure. This one was inspired by the building still standing at Bovey Tracy in Devon. Platform system will offer different formats. You'll have brick fronted or stone fronted ramps and platform sides, plus the surfaces will be available in either a concrete style or a pavia style. Also in the range is this new buffer stop. Rail built, it will be an essential item for any siding or goods yard. And finally, additional sleepers will be made available for use when laying and cutting flexible track. So in development for release later this year, we will have the small radius turnout, left hand and right hand in the unifrog format, a diamond crossing, a selection of lower quadrant signal kits, and our first item of rolling stock, starting with the 7-plank open wagon, the first of a number of vehicles that we've got in development. And there's going to be a number of other products coming along in the future as well. So there we are. We're really excited to bring you news about the relaunch of TT Scale back to the UK hobby, and we hope you're excited too. It's a bold step, some might say, and indeed it probably is, but it's one we're happy to make. Bringing back a new scale to the hobby brings with it a whole set of new opportunities, and I'm sure in the future there'll be plenty more to support this scale. But there we are. We hope you've enjoyed this feature. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned to other PECO TV features on YouTube. Don't forget the Railway Modeller and the Continental Modeller have plenty of articles and interesting news items for you to keep you in touch with the developments in the hobby. But in the meantime, it's great to see you. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.